The incumbent has said many times that agencies are being audited. I don't quite believe that each and every one is being audited. It was pointed out to me that China Technical College has to go through particular audits because it does receive a fair amount of federal dollars and their other mandates as well. So I kind of have to agree with Mr. Pike that we have to get in there. We have to see exactly where the money is going. I think that the news from the Budget Control Board that only 33 cents out of each dollar that is going for educational purposes or to instruct a child, I think it's very scary, and I think it's something we need to look into.
Thank you. Mr. Stavridis.
Well, they can finally agree on something, because I've been pushing legislation since I got elected to mandate 65% of every dollar go to in-classroom instruction. In fact, we managed the last 2 years to pass that by proviso. Still, the State Department of Education has too much control over that definition, and something Sean was talking about earlier, which is local control. My bill would more readily define those things and send it to the local district to implement, whereas what we have now is we're setting a little standard, and the State Department is getting to define it. I want to give Governor Sanford a lot of credit here. You know, there's a lot of waste in the state budget, and although he has overstepped on many occasions what he has vetoed, he has shined a very, very bright light on a lot of waste in the state budget, and a lot of it has been rooted out. Some of it is because of the poor economy, but some of it, he deserves credit for shining a light on it. There are a lot of festivals and things that produce no detectable state revenue or state benefit other than making people feel good that the budget writers were spending thousands and thousands of dollars on every year, going back as long as anybody could imagine. And when you move to zero-based budgeting, that's the kind of thing you root out, able to take your state dollars and prioritize for the things that are really important to you in your life. Public education, law enforcement, public safety, fire safety, things that make a difference in your life are the things that should be funded first and foremost, and then we move on from there to some of these other things, if we move on to them at all, to be honest.
Just have to mind the time. Thank you. Question 4. Do you support eliminating the Budget and Control Board? Why or why not? And we'll start with Mr. Pike, please.
Eliminating the Budget and Control Board?
Do you support eliminating the Budget and Control Board? And then why or why not?
Well, on the surface, yes. It doesn't, just from a greater common sense point of view, I look at it as we have too much government as it is. I kind of understand the philosophy behind it, but it could be very just as effective or even probably better administrative if it was underneath the governor's office or legislature. I mean, we have to find out where to put it, but right now it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. It's another layer of bureaucracy that is just bogging us down. Now, I understand that it does have, some safeguards to it. Okay, I get it. But once again, I need to get, when I'm up there, be able to take a better look as to how we can restructure it. But on the surface, from what I see right now, I don't like it.
Thank you. Mr. Edwards.
I think that we could probably move most of the functions of the Budget Control Board under the executive branch. I think that is the move that we're eventually going to have to make within the next decade. South Carolina does have a weak governor, or weak executive form of leadership. And I do believe that we are going to have to slowly start moving more power to the executive branch. So yes, we're going to have to start looking at moving the functions of the Budget Control Board under the executive branch.
Mr. Stavridis.
Yes, I have voted to do that. I've supported a bill that creates a Department of Administration, help move it out of the House Judiciary Committee and out of the House of Representatives and over to the Senate. It eliminates most of the functions that the Budget and Control Board, I shouldn't say eliminate, it transfers most of the functions the Budget and Control Board currently undertakes and moves them into the executive branch where they belong. And it's not that the Budget and Control Board is evil or anything like that. It's just not accountable enough. People don't know who Hugh Leatherman is. They don't know who Dan Cooper from Anderson is. You know who your governor is. And if you don't like something that state government is doing and that agency is under the control of the governor, you know who to call. You don't have to worry about some powerful legislator from the other part of the state usurping what the majority of the people want just because enough people in their district are happy with them. So this is a strictly an accountability thing for me, but I do believe it will also save money. We were told this year, I helped sustain a veto of $25 million in the Budget and Control Board, and we were told, oh, you're going to destroy state government. The whole thing's going to shut down. The supporters of the Budget and Control Board told us that, and I told them, look, we're funding public schools at 1995 levels. If you think I'm going to send an extra $25 million to the Budget and Control Board while we're doing that, you're just lost. So we can make these changes and we need to.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
Yes, I think we should eliminate the State Budget and Control Board. I think it should be under the executive branch. I think if we were to eliminate the board, we could save some money while streamlining the government and be just as effective.
Thank you. Question 5. How do you stand on I-526 extension? For or against? Mr. Edwards, we'll start with you.
I knew this question would come up eventually. Actually, it's kind of interesting. I found a map that my father had years ago. It was, I don't know if anybody remembers the CNS, Citizens and Southern Bank. The banks used to give out the maps in 1972. They actually had where the original Mark Clark would go, where it would finish out on James Island and into Folly Road, and that was way back in 1972. What we've done for the past 38 years is we've always been planning to have a plan. We've constantly been planning to have a plan. Yes, I do favor the extension of 526. Okay, I did not like the previous plan that was presented, and the new plan that you're talking about now, I've not seen enough of it to look at. Widening River Road does make me very, very, very uncomfortable. I have a feeling that before 526 is ever extended, built, or whatever, we'll have long been dead and gone. I honestly feel that way.
Thank you. Mr. Stavronakis.
Yeah, I have supported completing 526, and look, I mean, there are a lot of public safety problems in District 119. Some of them exist on Johns Island, some of them exist on James Island, and a lot of them exist in West Ashley. And the simple fact of the matter is that for the West Ashley portion, it will help a lot of those safety issues. And of course, there's the matter of hurricane evacuation, a lot of issues. Now, my record is very clear on fighting to preserve green space, for responsible growth, to protect Johns Island, and I will not back away from those things either. I do not accept that those two things are mutually exclusive. We can protect pristine areas that are important to us, rural areas that we want to keep rural, and make sure that that heritage endures, and also provide safe transportation for people in Charleston. And I think that that's why I've supported the project, because I believe we can do both.
Thank you. Mr. Brown.
No, I do not support the I-526 extension. First of all, listening to the public, they've been wanting us the majority on James and Johns Island. I do listen to my constituent. Certainly the road was too expensive. I didn't think we were going to get a lot of benefit for the amount of money we had to pay for it. We know that big roads bring big development, and people on Johns Island want limited development. They want to preserve their natural character. Also, the road as planned, it was going to go through some of the wetlands and the natural environment, take away the natural beauty, and I was opposed to that. So, that's it.
Thank you. Mr. Pike.
Yes, sir, it's a